Hello, how's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining me here on YouTube Live on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. We're going to be talking about the Neurofeedback Challenge, the Neurofeedback IQ Challenge. So I would like you to check out my, well, it says we have an excellent connection, but we don't seem to see. There we go. All right. So we're going to be talking about using neurofeedback and cranial electrotherapy stimulation and audiovisual brain entrainment in order to increase the IQ, in order to improve my own IQ, okay? And as we see here, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. First, I'm going to do an audio sound check. Increase the IQ in order to improve my own IQ. Perfect. We're looking good. All right. So I want you guys to get these likes up, likes or dislikes, however you feel about me. Just express yourself, all right? Keep the activity up. Trying to get this video shown to a lot of people, okay? All right, so we're doing good. Channel's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead on and share this video with everybody. All right. Yes. Try to get some people in here. All right, how's everybody doing? I'd like you to go ahead and holler at me in the chat, okay? If you want to share anything. Hope everybody's doing good. Holler at me in the chat. Perfect. I hope things behind me aren't a little too bright back there in the corner in my office. I've got a lot of junk, I should say, on the desk back there. I'm going to have to get that straight. All right, so what we're talking about is peak performance neurofeedback. We're talking about improving your IQ through training your brain. What we do here, I'm here at the BiomedRx Health Center, right? So what we do here is a lot of brain training. We do a lot of neurofeedback. We do a lot of audiovisual brain entrainment. We work a lot with binaural beats. We work a lot with isochronic tones. We work a lot with flashing lights and chromotherapy. We do a lot with the brain. We do a lot of brain training. And one of the things that we are really successful at, okay, is raising the frequency with which your brain functions, raising your level of cortical arousal. Now, when you're training the brain, there are two different philosophies. Well, there are several different philosophies that you can take. You can try to slow the brain down and calm the brain down using infra-low neurofeedback. And you can train for the SCP, the slow cortical process, or the SCR, the slow cortical response frequencies, which are able, once you get them straight, you're able to calibrate basically from the bottom up all of the frequencies up above. Or you can train directly in the very high frequency ranges, such as 40 to 50 hertz in the gamma zone. And although you may be kind of pushing the brain up in frequency, right? You may be kind of speeding your brain up, right? It is training. Once you go through that training period, on the other end of that, you will be able to enjoy a really nice level of cognitive function, a nice level of peak performance for your brain. It really is incredible. The command that you have over your mind, the command that you have over your emotional health, the command that you have over your ability to focus, your ability to get into the zone, right? Which is called the flow state. The flow state is when your mind is operating in high gamma, where the mind is moving super fast, but the body is nice and relaxed. And as we get older, right, cognitive decline hits us all, right? As we get older, we're suffering from cognitive decline. What we really want to do is make sure that we are able to give our brain a pep up in speed, and neurofeedback does that. So when we do synchrony neurofeedback in the gamma zone, I personally train at 50 hertz, which is the absolute fastest that the software would actually allow you to go. And after having taken about 2 years to provoke a permanent shift in brain function at 50 hertz, to provoke the shift is what we call it, at 50 hertz, I am now ready to move into testing my theories with regard to peak performance training. Now, not to brag, because like Stephen Hawking said, people who brag on their IQ are losers. However, I happen to be one of those human beings who has been known to have a high IQ. My IQ has been tested before, and I've had several career opportunities presented to me, especially in the military, based on my high IQ scores. So now that I'm reaching, an older age, and I want to make sure that my mind is always sharp, now I want to go for seeing if I can, I know I can join Mensa. I've already been, passed the test to join Mensa. But there are other IQ societies. So I'm going to change my window here, right? And change my music here. And I'm going to give you guys a share on my screen. And we're going to go over the different tests that I'm going to be going through, okay, as I go into this period of peak performance neurofeedback and IQ improvement, okay? Check out this chart we have. Nice music, huh? Real nice. Real funky music. So, okay, so now here we are. I have a lot of links here for free IQ testing, okay? But the goal is to join this organization, the Mega Society, right? The Mega Society are people who are, I think, what is this? You have to be a 1 in a million. You have to have that IQ as 1 in a million IQ level. And I've passed the Stanford Binet. I topped it out at 160. But the Mega Society accepts untimed, unsupervised tests that have normalized using statistical methods. Okay, so wow, untimed and unsupervised. So I have all of these tests here, okay? And I'm going to print them out. I'm going to take the tests, right? Okay. All right, as you can see. right? Now, what's interesting is most of the tests, right, are the way they test IQ, okay, is by testing your ability to recognize patterns, okay, and as we there we go. I already know the answer to what I'm looking for, okay? So basically, to make a long story even longer, I don't think I'm going to find what I'm looking for here. The areas of the brain that we're going to be training, if we're going to be now shooting for IQ performance, right, to raise the IQ, to raise the ability to recognize patterns, is going to be actually right here behind the ears, on the back of the head, right here in this area of the brain, on the side, right, at the junction between the parietal and occipital lobes and the temporal lobe, right here. This area is very significant for pattern recognition, and it's also significant for kids with Asperger's, right, on that particular area of the autism spectrum. And the frontal lobe, which of course is inhibitory control and executive control. So, to be quite honest, I'm going to be training myself frontal lobe to T, P, O, J, right? On both heads, okay? T, P, O, J, temporal, parietal, occipital junction, T, P, O, J, on both sides of the head with the frontal lobe, and we are going to supercharge my brain so that I can score super high on all of these online IQ tests. As you can see here, I'm showing you the IQ test. All right. Okay. Mensa and Litzenberg. All right, so that was one test, I guess. Here's Mensa. Here's different IQ tests, okay? Now, this isn't anything that everybody's going to find intelligent. I mean, find interesting, okay? I understand that, all right? But, it gets to a point where the guy who owns the pool table and plays pool every single day becomes so good that he eventually starts going down to the pool hall and taking people's money, okay? And that's just the benefit of having a pool table, right, Marco? And my homeboy Marco Gonzalez understands, because he had a pool table and we would get together and play pool at his place all the time and enjoy espresso and cappuccino and yeah. All right. So we're going to be taking many of these IQ tests, right? 3 times the area of the red blob. Right. So that means that the blue blob is double the area of the red blob. If the area of the green blob is 750, then what is the area of the blue blob? 500 square centimeters. Python is an animal. Tim and Mike are cousins. Yeah. Okay, so we write it backward here and we get rid of the repeated numbers. Okay, so you see happiness is to Senepa, but you see they don't repeat the P's and they don't repeat the S's. So 517768399 is to, we're going to say 9, but don't double it, 3, 8, 6, 7, but don't double it, 1, 5. Continue. And which of the 5 makes the best comparison? Son is to mother as nephew is to aunt. Wait. Son is to mother as nephew is to aunt. The relationship from a son to the mother is like the relationship to the nephew to the aunt. Judy had a number of raisins. After eating one, she gave half of the remainder to her sister. After eating another raisin, she gave a third of what was left to her brother. Judy now had only 6 raisins left. How many did she start with? So let's do this backward, okay? If Judy had a number of raisins, after eating one, she gave half of the remainder to her sister, and after eating another raisin, she gave a third of what was left to her brother. Judy now has only 6 raisins left, so she had at least 3 times the 6, because that is the third, all right? So 6 times 3 is 18, plus the 2 that were eaten by her. Well, let me see. No, after eating one, she gave half of the remainder to her sister Judy. After eating another raisin, she gave a third of what was left to her brother. Wait. She gave a third after eating an. Oh, wait, no. She kept them. She didn't. All right, okay. So Judy had a number of raisins. After eating one, she gave half of the remainder to her sister Judy. All right. She ate one. She gave half to her sister Judy. After eating another raisin, she gave a third of what was left to her brother. Judy now has only 6 raisins left. So she has 6 raisins left. She gave a third of what was left to her brother. So a third. Okay, she has 6 raisins left. How many did she start with? Let's see. Okay, after eating one, she gave half of the remainder to her sister. After eating another raisin, she gave a third of what was left to her brother. And now she has 6 raisins left. 1/3 of that is missing. A third of that to her brother. So let's say if there were 9 raisins and she gave a third of whey, she would be left with 6. So there were 9, right? At the time that she gave 6, that she gave 3 to her brother. So there were 9 then. And then she ate 1, so there were 10. And then that 10 was half of the remainder. Okay, so then she gave to her sister. So she had 20, but then she ate 1. So she started off with 21. You see? 20. Latoya is taller than Keto and Mike is shorter than Latoya. Which of the following statements would be most accurate? Latoya is taller than Keto and Mike is shorter than Latoya. Both Mike and Keto are shorter than Latoya. That just means Latoya is a tall chick. Yeah, it is impossible to tell whether Mike or Keto is taller. It is impossible to tell. We just know Latoya is taller than both of them. Which one of the 5 makes the best comparison? Tree is to shade as chimney is to. Okay. Tree is to shade as chimney is to. Okay. Now we could say the tree is to shade as chimney is to smoke, but not quite. I don't believe that's true, because the tree provides shade to the person. So tree is to shade as chimney is to sky. A tree, from the person's subjective perspective, is going to provide you with what you need, which is shade. In the instance of the chimney, you don't need the chimney to provide you with smoke. The fire is providing you with smoke. The chimney is providing you with sky in order to get rid of the smoke. Scientists have received an alien signal. After analyzing various transmissions, they found the following. Berum pure tokens. Where is your leader? Berum tube kab. Our planet is distant. Berum pure kab. Where is our planet? Okay. Berum Fure tokens, where is your leader? Berum Tube Cob, our planet is distant. Berum Fure Cob, where is our planet? Okay, so Cob is planet. Berum Fure is where is your leader. Berum Fure is where is your planet. Tokens. Where is your leader? Berum Fure tokens. Berum Tube Cob, our planet is distant. Berum Fure Cob, where is your planet? So I would say Fure means where. I was a linguist in the United States Air Force, and I passed the Defense Language Aptitude Battery with a score of 145. So this is actually my briar patch, as Burr Rabbit would say. At a store, they cut the price 40% for a particular item. What percent must the item be increased if you want to sell it at the original price? Yes, it would not be raising it. Wow, they cut the price 40% for an item. Okay, so if I have a $10 item and I cut the price 40% and it's $6, by what percent must the item be increased if you want to sell it at the original price? So I would have to increase it by 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would have to increase it by 4/6, okay? So 4/6 is actually 2/3, and 2/3 is actually 66.7%, okay? Which of the letters does not belong in the following series? D, E, F, G, H, I, J. That's supposed to be an L. M, N, O, P. So K is not supposed to be there. Which number is the next logical number in the following sequences of numbers? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to 14 is 6 more 7, 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means that from 2 to 6 is 4. From 6 to 14 is 8. So it's doubling. Okay, and from 4 to 6, 4 plus 16 is 30. Right? 14, I'm sorry. 14 plus 16 is 30. So now we're going to double 30, double 16, which is 32 plus 30. 30 plus 32 is 62. Okay. I love being a genius. Mike, 6 years old, is twice as old as his brother. So his brother is 3. How old would Mike be when he is 1.5 times as his older brother? Okay, so right now Mike is 6 years old and his brother is 3. So when his brother is 4, he's going to be 7. How old will Mike be when he's 1.5 times as old as his brother? So let's see. His brother is 3 now, Mike is 6. When his brother is 4, Mike is going to be 7. 4 times 1.5. 4 times 4. Let me see. Mike is 6 years old and his brother is 3. So when his brother is 4, he's going to be 7. Okay, no, that won't work. So when Mike is 5, he's going to be 8. So 5 times 5, 5. Nope. So when Mike is 6, he's going to be 9. So when Mike is 9, his little brother is going to be 6. So that is 1.5. See, when Mike is 9, Brother's going to be 6, so that's going to be 6 plus half of 6, which is 3, which 6 plus 3 is 9. So he will be 9. It's great to be smart. If some tubes are blues and all gleams are blues, then some tubes are definitely gleams. If some tubes are blues, only some tubes are blues, and all gleams are blues, then some tubes are definitely gleams. No, that's neither true nor false. There's not enough energy. There's not enough information to say that. Which of the 5 is least like the other 4? Which of the 5 is least like the other 4? All of the others are expressions to make, and taste is not. Which of the 5 choices makes the best comparison? God is to dog as fun is to nuff. If some tubes are becques and some becques are brunes, then some tubes are definitely brunes. No, if some tubes are becques and some becques are brunes, then there's no guarantee that some of the brunes are definitely some tubes are beck. No, it's neither. It's not enough information to make a definitive decision. The quadrilateral above has 4 sides whose lengths are represented by A, B, C, and D. If we wanted to calculate the area of the quadrilateral, which of the lengths must we know to make the calculation? Well, since there is only one, we would have to know all 4. Imagine the numbers 1 through 30 written in a row. If you added together any 2 numbers that are next to each other, you'd always get an odd number. 1 through 30 written in a row. Let's see, if you add 1 to 2, you get 3. You add 3 to 4, you get 7. Yeah. 29 to 30. Yeah, true. X is 8 feet. Y is 20 feet. 8 times 2 is 16. So that's 160 feet, 160 square feet. The region A has an area of 40 square feet. That's 160 square feet left, all right? 40 square feet. The region B has an area of 65 square feet. So now we've got 65 plus 45. We've got 105 square feet. 105 square feet taken up, and we've got 160, so 105, so we've got 55 square feet left. Okay? So let's just say we got to account for the gray area, right? We're going to account for the gray area because the gray area is taking up some of the square footage. So we can't just say 55 square feet. That would be a purely mathematical calculation. So we have to presume that some of that is taken up by the gray area. So that's 50 square feet. And there is no other way to assume. So the reality is it can't be calculated, right? It really can't be calculated because we're not dealing with we're not dealing with exact math. We're dealing with an odd heuristic type of a shape, right? So we can't be calculated. I can assume that it would be 50 square feet, but if I wanted to answer this honestly, right, a good answer is 55 square feet. A better answer is 50 square feet, but the right answer is it can't be calculated. Okay, so I have to tell the truth. The above percent, and you see, that's a trick question because you may be so proud of yourself of saying, oh, then that's got to be 50 because I'm just going to assume that the rest of it was taken up by the gray. Yeah, but you're still not calculating it. You're assuming, and that's not a calculation. Okay, the point is it can't be calculated. The above pie chart represents the results of an election on an alien planet. The candidate, won the election, receiving 5 times as many votes as Yab. Pip received 30% of all votes. What percentage of votes did receive? So if Pip received 30, that left 70% left. The candidate 5 times as many as Yab. So we're going to take that 70 and we're going to divide it by 5. Okay, so now we're going to take 70 and divide it into 5 equal chunks. Now, I guess I can search and use this, right? So okay. We're not going to mess around. So we're going to say 70 divided by 5 equals 14. So 70 divided by 5 is 14. And I'm sorry. That was wrong. If one got 5 times as much as the other, the answer is 6. 70 divided by 6 divided by 6. So that means that 11.666 is the 1 is what Yab got. 11.7 and 55. Let me see. 11.666 times 5 equals 58.33. Okay? Which of the numbers in the series is wrong and should be replaced? 2, 3, 4. Double into 8. Double into 16. It should be 32. Okay? We're going to go with 20. Which of the 5 makes the best comparison? FWA, WWFA is to 9323392 as AFF. WWAF is to the A is a 2. The F is a 9. The W is a 3. The A is a 2. And the F is a 9, Negroes. And that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. NASA received 3 messages in the strange language from a distant planet. Scientists studied these messages and found that Flus Biling Hump means we come in peace, and Moog Nelin Flus means peace, love, and freedom. And Biling Blue Viladi means in the last hour. What does Hump mean? We come, nigga. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to take a little break. I've got to refill my water and freshen up. right, sorry about that, guys. I wasn't looking at a cheat sheet. I was actually expressing myself. All of these shapes are actually pictures. Let me see if I have any chats here. All right. Let's see how we sound. Is the mic still on? All right. Yeah, there we go. All right. So all of these shapes are actually pictures. Let's see here. Where am I? Of 4 different alien life forms. Okay. An alien psychologist was hired to determine which of the life forms was the most normal of the 4. Which do you think was chosen? Which was the most normal of the 4? Which was the most normal of the 4? Which was the most normal of the 4? So, which of the most normal of the 4? Okay, so we have 2 of them. If we're going to determine normalcy as in frequency of phenotype, right, or frequency of characteristics, right, I would have to go with A, right, because we could say, is it normal to have a blue ball, a blue head? Yeah, it's probably more normal because there are more with blue heads than there are without. And is it normal to have a red tail? Well, it would probably be more normal to have a red tail because there are more red tails than there are not. And, you know, the one with 2 tails may represent the female or the male or a different gender than the others. So we would say that there is more of the ones with 1 tail than there are with 2, right? So the answer would be A. I so smart. Okay, 40. Use the Venn diagram above to answer the question. The black circle represents all smogus. The red circle represents all tugs. Smogs. The red circle represents all tugs, and the green circle represents all flicks. Okay, what does the region D represent? D represents smogs that are also flicks, but are not tugs. Things that are smogs and flicks, but not tugs. You see? Smogs and flicks, but not tugs. That's D. Boom. 41. John received 76 cents change from a purchase in the drugstore. If he received 8 coins and 5 of the coins are the same denomination, how many quarters did he receive? John received 76 cents in change from a purchase in the drugstore. If he received 8 coins and 5 of the coins are of the same denomination, how many quarters did he receive? 76 change. He received 8 coins. 5 of the coins are, okay, so that means he got 5 nickels. All right, that's 25 cents. Then 3 more coins to make 75 cents, 76. So 5 nickels, 2 quarters, 1 penny. You see? How many quarters did he receive? 2 quarters and 1 penny. What is the next number in the following series? 16, 11, 13, 8, 10, 5, 7. 16 minus 5 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. Right? 7 minus 5 is 2. Brain. The word veal can be spelled using 4 of the letters from the word avalanche. V, E, A, and L. Yes. $113, I think. Oh, that's probably because of the time that I took. I took extra time. Yeah, I just went to the bathroom. That's why they dropped me down to 113. Wow. I should have realized that it was typed. Very nice. Well, that's the test that I'm taking today. I'm going to probably take these other tests tomorrow. Okay? And, as you can see, we're going to be going through this, the free IQ tests. All right? I'm going to be going through these tests on a daily basis. And once again, I'm proving to you the efficacy of neurofeedback, EEG biofeedback, and the brain entrainment techniques that we do here at the BiomedRx Health Center. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate that. Let me come back here. Hopefully everything is still coming through well. Thank you guys for joining. Let me do a sound check. All right. All right, so here we are back with the regs old regs. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing some work. We'll go do some brain training in a minute here, and I'm going to go out and do some physical training with my son. We have to do some PT here. Keep up the body. should be doing pretty good. Well, thank you guys very much for joining. I'm going to be heading out, probably hang out in Claremont a little bit later on today. I want you to also join my son, Kai Lockett. He's live right now on his channel, Kai Lockett, and I want you to also watch out for our website, KaiLockett.com. We're going to be putting up a website. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. We're going to be building KaiLockett.com. So I want you guys to really stay tuned for that. And as always, I want everyone to stay kind, because kind is the new sexy. Stay blessed and stay healthy. The same thing that I say on every other video, on every other channel. I really appreciate everybody watching. Blessed, stay healthy. The same thing that I say. All right. And yeah, thank you for joining. You know, I really appreciate it. In future videos, if you want to call in, go ahead and call in, right? 424-204-2382. We will be taking your questions live. And of course, we're on this channel, we're not just talking about holistic health. We're also talking about many other things, things in life, things in politics, and everything else. So I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining. It has been an hour already. So thank you and have a wonderful weekend. I love you all. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining.